D-Lo, you the hardest nigga on earth. Want me in a napkin, always talking about a pole. Nigga never blast that. Talking about Pastor Drake, nigga. Talking about Pastor Drake, nigga. We don't have that. New niggas like the police. Where your man's at? This is Southeast, Nightingale to land. We got our own straps. Fun games until we face niggas.
I know that I'm a foreign star. If you might type, I'll make you mine. If they ain't showing no love, I don't let it get to my mind. And I be getting to it with my craft divine, I claim what's mine. I can't play all of those games, I to protect my time. I know that I'm a foreign star.
Nigga, what you on? It's kinda crazy cause this bitch blowing up my phone. I don't need your bitch, I use her for a loan. Niggas hate up pole if I got to. Hey, no fishbowl cause they spot you. Slide on the fly for my guys cause I got to. Open up this tie some canned food. Weed, damn, I heard he died staring. New to the streets, little nigga, I got 2 gun cases. Got his ass booked in the county, he did not take him. First year with Big Cuddy, I did not face him. One thing for sure, 2 things for certain, he did not make it. Every time I big bitch, she got butt naked. Play with her pussy on camera, I could not take it. Hung up with the bitch, I need some more drinks. Niggas talking about they robbed me. It's okay. After she count the bankroll, bitch, pass that. 40 on you, niggas hating, want me in a knapsack. Always talking about a pole, nigga never blast that. Talking about Pastor Drake, nigga. Talking about Pastor Drake, nigga. We don't have that. New niggas like the police. Where your man's at? This is Southeast, Nightingale to land. We got our own straps. Fun games until we face niggas.
Niggas be acting like 12, I ain't a fan of that. A nigga take your shit, you ain't do nothing, you ain't a man for that. Westmont to the low bond, that's where the land was at. Bullets in his chest, I'm Drew Leezy, having an asthma attack. He see me in this bitch DM and had a panic attack. They wonder who the fruit flammer was, it was the man in black. Oh, you don't like me when you see me, better stand on that. Every time I see a nigga in person, they act pro-black. The chopsticks leave a nigga acrobat. This a big body S-class being, that's formatted. I'm not a kid, I go to war, I'm back. Old man route, but still handsome in the track. The plug.
After she count the bankroll, bitch, pass that. 40 on you, niggas hating, want me in a knapsack. Always talking about a pole, nigga never blast that. Talking about Pastor Drake. Talking about Pastor Drake, nigga. We don't have that. New niggas like the police. We your man of the land. We got our own straps. Fun games until
they think it's all fun and games until we I walk in with all my chains, who gon' take some? Every day they in my views, but don't say nothing. I was still bunkered in a bitch when I ain't break none. I just told him bro to pass a stick without the game on. Why is niggas looking for a bitch to take their name on? Pull up on the curb, I'ma serve till the day gone. Catch me out in Stockton, I got G's in the J's on. 300 blackout. Nigga, I just bought it slowly, had us all on Bel Air just like an alcoholic. Say what you on, macaroni, shit, I can't call it. Falling off ain't in my blood, bitch, I'm back to ball. They thought I took a break, I just be looking late. Put in blood, sweat, and tears, and you could cook the bait. They told me patience was the key, and it's gon' get me straight. But hair running lactose could help me cook a cake. Bitch, I ain't tryna hear no threats, niggas miss. Bust a couple plates that ain't blank. I bet your bitch gon' pay the price, cause it's more than right. Shining like a fake diamond, she get moist tonight. I'm that man with the plan. That shit from Japan, bitch, you probably don't understand. I got ice in my veins, why you think my Mexicans say they scared to shake my hand? Bitch!
after she count the bankroll, bitch, pass that. 40 on you, niggas hate, want me in a knapsack. Always talking about a pole, nigga never black. No niggas like the police.
Can't see the study, can't see study the cards. 32 cinema, I don't know what you're referring to, I'm not gonna lie to you. We'll do that little breakdown for you, I don't mind. Right now the moon's in Virgo, so we're talking about the moon in Virgo. And then if you have a moon in Virgo, for all those Leo suns out there that may have a moon in Virgo, this is an extra good video for you to watch because obviously it resonates. And you can use it to apply for your day-to-day life because the moon in Virgo energy and the sun in, well, we'll be breaking down the correspondence with the sun in Aquarius, but with any Leos here with the moon in Virgo, it'll give you a realistic way of maneuvering your own moon in Virgo if you have a moon in a different sign for those who have different placements. So any of those Leos out there, which you may have a moon in Virgo because Virgo is obviously the neighbor sign to Leo. So some of y'all in here might have heavy Virgo placements as well, which is extra significant. I want to stay and chill. Alright, appreciate everyone. A couple live requests come through, but we ain't gonna put any requests through right now. Chat. We might put some cards in a little bit. That's about it. Leo rising, moon in Virgo, perfect. So it's gonna resonate. Virgo and Venus, perfect. So all those people who have Virgo placements, it's gonna be a good live stream for y'all. we want to get our live streams a little bit more, well, we've always had, but on this page, more in alignment, so different segments for different topics, etc. You know what I mean? Because a lot of our streams, we talk about many different things, a plethora of things. Today, we're going to talk about this Moon in Virgo transit and how to maneuver it, you know what I mean? Because we're going to be positioning, it's already 14 degrees in Virgo. We're going to talk about you, if you have a Virgo moon, what that's going to be like, how that's going to play out. I know some people said they have their Venus in Virgo. We're going to speak on that a little bit. And then the moon transiting from Virgo into Libra, what that's going to look like for us collectively with the sun in Aquarius. We still have a little bit of Aquarius season to enjoy and endure. So we just hit the halfway mark. It's only 15 degrees. Sun's only 15 degrees in Aquarius. So bear with us. And we still have a couple more days to go and things like that in your opposite energy. So you're going to want to know how to navigate for the next 15 degrees and things like that. If I don't see the chats, my apologies. But let's get started. So with the collective with that being said, the collective experiencing the moon in Virgo. The moon in Virgo is a critical point. Remember that the moon deals with reactions and the way you react and respond, right? Obviously, Virgo is mutable Earth. So we're all going to be reacting and responding collectively, emotionally, in a way of mutable practical Earth, right? So this is reacting and responding in a way of being flexible in terms of your forms of practicality or understanding. So right now may be an important time because the sun is a fixated sign, Aquarius. Your ways of thinking, a lot of your mindsets, a lot of information type things are going to be fixated. But your ability to maneuver is where you're going to be able to be more flexible, especially with the Libra energy approaching. We're going to maneuver from Virgo into Libra. Our ability to organize and actually maneuver different ideas, social groups, and networks with structure and organization will allow us to develop the right people, places, and things, connections, etc. as the moon transits into Libra, right? So for all those people who have a natal chart moon in Virgo, a lot of times you can notice yourself, your relationships get thrown off based upon where you're disorganized, right? And where you feel disorganized, however you feel in terms of your emotions and what you gravitate, what pulls and things like that, where you feel the disorganization, oftentimes throws off your ability to communicate, right? Your ability to relate to others. And you see this directly in your life playing out all the time. So a lot of times the Virgo energy can either go on the side of organization or on the side of worry. So for all my natal chart Virgos, it's important to cultivate organization and a form of grounding and a form of routine, because the routine is what's going to cause you to feel more grounded, for you to actually be like, oh, I can maneuver. I can go from point A to point B to actually be mutable without feeling worried and things like that. So that's an important transit to be aware of if you're born with the moon in Virgo natal. For the collective, right now is a great time to organize your ideas, organize certain information that you need to double down on. So whatever forms of study, whatever forms of network, whatever forms of information that you need to get preview to. Aquarius is oftentimes new information and things like that, new forms of communication. Not necessarily new forms of communication, but standing on a form of communication. You know what I mean? Fixated, because it's fixated air. So it's you adapting a form of communication that you're going to stick with long term. You know what I mean? Sick side. Appreciate you, brother. So that's the whole idea of the moon in Virgo transit. So right now, collectively, when it comes to your form of communication, when it comes to solidifying certain ideas and certain information that you're privy to, or that you think or that you do know, you may need to get a little bit more organized about that information. You need to develop a routine to keep learning about that information. You know what I'm saying? Aquarius is a big learning energy. It's a big informative energy. But you will feel overwhelmed in your ability to learn if you don't have a routine around something. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of times that's how life plays out. It'll start to overlap, things shifts start to, and then you miss the shift, and then next thing you're overwhelmed, you're worried, and you fall into the negative side of the Virgo energy. And to where you're overthinking a bunch of things and etc. Now you're playing on Nine of Swords and that type of energy. Because now you have to play catch up. Now you have to do things extra fast and things like that because of that energy. So with that being said, that's a critical energy for those who are coming off this full moon because we just came off this full moon in Leo. For those who've had a heavier situation within the Leo energy, Virgo afterwards is giving you the ability to analyze the situation. So with Virgo coming into place, what do you want to do with the information that you're privy to, right? How do you want to move forward with the information that you're coming across? With the ability maybe towards the network even, people, places, and things, because a lot of times it deals with, so Aquarius deals with associations. So a lot of times this could be analyzing certain associations and certain social circles and groups and things like that that you're around, certain networks that you're around, that you gain information from and things like that. Now's a good time to use your mind to actually analyze, should you be a part of certain groups and social circles and things like ideologies and things like that? Are they helping you or are they hindering you? Is it filling your mind with, is something that you want to learn, or is it something that you don't want to learn? Is something that, can you develop a routine around it? Is it something that makes you feel more grounded, or does the information of the social groups and things like that make you feel more anxious, right? Because that's a lot of times how you can follow, you know what I mean, how, intuitively, what you gravitate to, what you resonate with, spiritually speaking, just based upon what makes you feel anxious, you know what I mean? And then a lot of times it's based on our own nervous system. The development of our own nervous system, to each their own, so it's not always collectively the same. And that's what's important, because everyone's nervous system is going to be able to handle a certain level of thing based upon their own life, right? And you being able to handle certain things in terms of regulation, in terms of the Virgo energy and calming your nerve and your nerves and things like that, is going to really be up to you. That's the thing with the Virgo energy. Everyone has their own way of overthinking and their own level of doing it in some way, shape, or form. So that's what I'm trying to break down for you. So it's always different. It's like to each their own type of energy, based upon the spirit's individual ability to work through their own forms of worry and anxiety. Because there's things, especially with us coming into the age of Aquarius, everything's in Aquarius right now. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Pluto, etc. And then we have the moon in Virgo. So with all the Aquarius energy here, it's putting us in a more airheaded space, which is okay. You know what I mean? With Mercury here, is giving you the higher knowledge and wisdom to communicate towards your relationships as well. So we have a conjunction with Mars, Venus, and Mercury in Aquarius, which is key. You know what I mean? For those who, when it comes to Venus in Aquarius, it's a very unique type of time. So for those who are looking for relationships and things like that, the next little bit, you got to focus on authenticity, being yourself, being unique, standing on your own. Venus in Aquarius is a very unique energy, and people are gravitated to those who stand out, you know what I mean, in their own mannerisms. So for you to be authentic and to be in your own truth is the best thing that you can do right now with Venus in Aquarius to attract this other person or spouse, etc., that you're looking to be in, and be in that, step into that energy. With Mars in Aquarius, your passions right now, you got to look towards your network, look towards your social group and things like that. What's motivating you? What's fueling you towards your passions, motivations, desires? If your network and associations and things like that and the information is taking you away from your passions, that's the wrong information, buddy. That's the wrong information, lady, right? That you're taking in. So be mindful of that, because you putting yourself around the wrong network, around the wrong social circle, around the associations and things like that, that's when you fall into the spiritual energy of being guilty by association. And that's just not people who like who you are, or people knowing what friend circles you're around and things like that. It's just really the energy, right? Just you being associated, or them knowing or knowing of you, is what attaches your energy to certain things. So that may delay you in some way, shape, or form, to where the information you're getting and what you know and how you know of and you perceive this associations and things like that may be slowing you down. So this is where you have to look into. You can't hear me, Annie. Appreciate you tapping in. I don't know if that's me. I don't know if that's you. First comment I say that's coming in. So let me know if anyone is having an issue. You're the first person that is reporting. Okay, Christina, I was going to say, no way I've been talking for this long and you guys have not heard me. It's insanity. I'm trying to keep it flowing because I don't want that to distract me, but I seen that and I'm like, there's no way I was talking for that long. Not me, Annie, I'm sorry. It's not me, Annie. I apologize. Because we have some people that can hear me. We have some people that don't. Chat, this is the Matrix at its finest. That's the only thing I can say. Like, no reason. Like, things not muted. My phone is beautifully, I don't know. It's impossible. See, this is why when I do stream, chat, yes, of course, I appreciate you. Why I do stream, chat. When I do stream, I go on both platforms. It's crazy. I usually go on YouTube and Rumble when I stream. That way people can get energies. Let me send a message. Or someone, if you guys can hear me, no, I'm not going to have you guys do that. It's okay. Type in 1 sec, Annie. It's funny because some people want things like you quick and things like that. But it's like, I can't hear you, can't hear me. I can't be, so it's like it doesn't work like that. But yeah, me will make sure lock that in. I appreciate you. Sure we secure that. So yeah, and in the chat that's having issues, let me know. But we had another person said they can hear me fine, so that looks okay, which is crazy. Yeah, that was the first one that came through that says that, so looks like we should be good, chat. Yeah, it seems like they can hear me, all the comments and things like that. That wouldn't have been the first one if that was the case. Can't see, study the cards. I wonder if like person's blind. Anyways, chat, I appreciate you. I can't find you. Just DM this page, like DM. Fuck, she can't hear me. Okay, I will. Sorry, chat. Be mindful. Patience, please. I appreciate you guys that are patient with me. I'm not sure what's going on with the audio but we're gonna make sure we situated. Okay, we got that going. So let's keep moving forward, chat. It's not gonna be a super long live. I just want to touch on the Virgo energy. So, chat, as we're moving from the moon in Virgo, we're gonna be moving into the moon in Libra. We're still 14 degrees. So Thursday, Friday, we're gonna see like on Venus Day, which is Friday, into Saturday, we'll see the moon in Libra, and we'll feel that energy a little bit more. So that's going to be putting us into the energy of cardinal air, mostly comfortable in initiating a new way of communication. So with Virgo, our analyzation towards the information that we're privy to or towards the network that we're privy to is going to allow us to initiate a form of communication. Either communicates how we feel towards our organization or communicates how we feel towards our relations, right? Towards this information. What the organizing right now is what's going to initiate you communicating towards this information or the network or the group, the social circle, etc., ideology, etc. And that's going to be the initiator towards conversation, new partnership, contract agreement, things like that. Anyone in the legal field work, that moon in Libra is a great day for contracts, paperwork, and things oriented. So if you're going to do anything related to paperwork, business deals, Friday's a good day for it. End of Thursday as well. End of Thursday, but I would wait for the Friday into the Saturday for sure. Key. We have to touch on because we touched on the moon in Scorpio yet, but as the moon gets into Libra, we'll come back and we will talk about the moon from transitioning Libra into Scorpio and how that's going to play out for collective. Okay, for all my Leos out there, because I know obviously you guys are a bunch of Leos that are listening to this. You guys are also fixated signs. So for you guys, it's going to seem, depending on where your moon placement is at, whether you have a Virgo moon or not. If you do have, for those who are watching who do have a Virgo natal, and the moon is in your sign, this is where you feel more comfortable. This is where you feel at home. Okay, this is a better time for you to initiate something or to do something that's in your favor. Okay, so you have a moon in Virgo. Now is your time to be like, okay, let me put in the extra organization, or let me communicate something, or a long mile in terms of at being analytical. So a lot of things that like other people meet you where a lot of times people can look at you like, well, you're doing too much when it comes to moon in Virgo, like you're overworried. People will meet you at that same level with moon in Virgo collectively, and it'll be a little bit more comfortable for you to relate to other people when the moon is here. Okay, for those who have the Virgo placements in their natal, again, the opposite sign of Virgo is Pisces. If you're on the path of like the organization, the routine, the structure, then you could go into the opposite side of polarity, which is like Pisces, and you can become extremely delusional, extremely, the nervous system. So those who can't get organized and things like that often fall in the disorganization. That's where like habits, substance and things like that can be incorporated. Other times Virgo can struggle with that as well. So that's a prominent thing. It's their gift and their curse, right? So either they're very, very extremely clean and things like that, cleanly. I'm glad you mentioned, Christina, about Sag. This is perfect. And I'll turn it as well, because it's in a sense, because I'm mutable moon signs right now, because the moon's in Virgo. So for those who have the a Pisces moon and things like that, you'll notice it. You go into the fantasy line, you go into the delusion a lot more often, and it's a lot harder for you to organize. But it could seem like the same with Virgo, because it's a Pisces. So if you have a Virgo moon, a lot of times you're naturally, your nervous system, like you're an overthinker in terms of how you feel and things like that, assessing your emotions. And then oftentimes that overthinking, if you don't have a form of systematic grounding to calm your nervous system, calm how you feel, then you go into the indulging, you go into the delusion, you know what I'm saying? And they can get extremely wishy-washy. Just got to be careful in terms of that, you know, you fall down in terms of that. So like routine and structure is important, and those who can't have routine and structure often out of the overthinking. Okay, chaotic system, highly, be substance abuse, things like that. Is very prominent with the Virgo Pisces energy. To keep that in mind, you have to cultivate y'all cultivate your own forms of grounding. Virgo sign, but it's ruled by an air planet, so you to take your time with things, but like you a lot of times, and it plays out like that. So you can't take your time with things. You have to choose to be organized. You have to kind of know. It also deals with health as well. So like you those who have the Virgo or Pisces axis, your health could be very prominent for you. Whether it's like, okay, you stick to it, you know you should be doing more. That if you're not organized and you don't stick on the clarity on your routine and things like that, you can fall into the other, like overindulging, getting things like that, because Virgo rules your nervous system. It's going to deal with health and wellness, period. And if you don't have a structure, routine, a lot of times, people who have like Mars in Virgo, you have other placements in Virgo and things like that. If you have a Venus in Virgo, you're often that'll play out similarly towards your relationships. You're very analytical towards a lot of times your relationships and your spouses and things like that. People can be like you can seem like you can give good advice on relationships, but oftentimes you can seem like a towards your relationships with Venus and Virgo. Okay, even say that it's not like it's better. And I have a lot of Virgo placements, so it's like no reason me to be biased. Like just generally speaking, that's the wrong word. That was like the wrong word for me to use as an actual astrologer. It's not like it's necessarily better. Because it's also airheaded, mutable. If you this is Sag, okay. Let's tell you about the Sag. The Sag side of the moon, okay, as well mutable. It's a square when it comes to Virgo. So, you know, y'all do things differently. Y'all learn from each other in terms of how y'all navigate y'all emotional side. You know how to regulate that. Sagittarius comes to the Sag moon. A lot of times it's responding in a manner of adaptable fire. So this is being able to articulate in ways based upon different experiences. So you can articulate yourself in a manner that you feel based upon what the person is giving or how receiving that energy from that individual. So whatever that you're communicating your emotions with the Sag moon, but based upon within what you're experiencing, that's what's also going to dictate how much you share with that person. So if it's not something that you want to experience, you'll be more closed off to it. If it's something in your favor, you'll obviously communicate it a little bit more in that mannerism. That's that difference. But the opposite of the Sag is the Gemini. So you see, Gemini on the other hand, Sag is like, okay, we can do things a lot of time, and then you gotta be careful too, because a lot of times Sag will do things for the sake of the experience. It's the God signature. It's Jupiter, so it'll things for the sake of the experience sometimes. And Sag is a very fun energy. You see what I'm saying? So like, with that being said, it's also very like stern in a very. It's a very free. When I say fun, I mean it's freeing. It's the boundaries. It doesn't like restriction, and when it feels like that, with the moon sign, then it often leads into the opposite energy, which is Gemini. Crazy, I'm not gonna say crazy, because obviously, Gemini's there. So not just your actions, but how you express yourself can be captable. The thing is, with being said, it can always seem like you're expressing yourself in different ways when you have a mutable moon sign. That's the only thing about mutable moon signs, but y'all being fixated sun signs as a Leo, that helps. So y'all sun actually helps keep you emotionally grounded in a sense to where like, because the sign as a Leo sun dictates your actions. So as a Leo sun, not to just act out of pocket for no reason. So that kind of keeps you grounded in terms of your actions and what you want to uphold, which I like. That's a good energy in terms of Sag, because a lot of Sag will do things for the sake of experience and will justify it based upon their own meaning and reasoning. A lot of times you may notice that as well with your own sake based upon your emotional, your sense. Like when you feel a certain emotion, you can justify whether or not that's something you should act on, or whether or not, like based on your own meaning and reasoning behind it. If there's something that You know you can't do. Your meaning and reasoning is what you should do and shouldn't do. It dictates your Leo sun. Your moon always comes first. It's your first reflection. So before you actually act, you're always gonna look within yourself and be like, okay, what this experience actually leading me if I do that. Okay, so that's the difference with this badge and the Leo polarity. Before you act, you can think about the meaning and reasoning behind the scenes, behind the action, and that's what's important. You not looking at the meaning and reasoning, that's where you may notice yourself in experiences that wasn't really wasn't, I'm gonna say, as you thought it would be, or you didn't like it as you thought it would be. It didn't sit with you as nice as you thought it would be. And just based upon meaning and reasoning. A lot of times that's that God signature. Jupiter always going to give you meaning and reasoning behind what you do. And that's the whole thing. When it gets toxic, it's just the only way it gets toxic when Sag starts to over justify certain things for the sake of an experience. That's when it's like, okay, you know, thought we have a feeling, but we know this feeling is not something we should act on. Don't use your Jupiter ability to justify that as a godly signature and act upon it. That's like Adam and Eve and to bite the apple. It's like that, esoterically. That makes sense. Like you're in conflict. Yes, exactly right. Because your ability to think before you act, and that's the mutable gift. Like is in that way, because before you do something, you can say, how should I do it differently? And that's a key aspect. I think that's a very strong aspect within fixated signs, because a lot of times the people who have the fixated energy, it's that's why you can see fixated people get too stubborn. That's where that word stubborn comes from. It's like stuck in your ways. You have to, I think it's critically important to be able to assess something and say, okay, I need to make a change, because we can clearly see there's a change that needs to be made. That's when you make the change. Like people who are too stuck to like stubborn to fault, that's when I say that like things are too bad for like you be like that. You have to see what's wrong and be like, okay, I need to change it. That's critically important in life, into success, in business, whatever you're doing. You can't just be stuck in your ways. And that's the problem that I notice from Leo as a reader, as an astrologer, as different signs I see from many different signs. Like I notice that from the fixed signs. Like it's okay, like we need fixed energy in the world. That's like how we need mutable energy in the world. We need it all, right? But balance is key. So if you know you are fixated energies, you have to see, okay, you guys don't have your natal chart. If you do have your natal chart, it will show you what is dominant amongst the inner planets. That'll show you what modality is more dominant. So you can be a fixed sign, but have a mutable within your inner planets. So that allows you to be flexible. You can have a fixated dominance within your inner planets, even if you're fixated. So now you're extra fixated. So now you're like, you may be even stubborn to fault, right? So it depends on what you may have on your natal chart. Natal charts get complex. It's not surface level. So when people see you're not just a Leo, you know, that's not, no. Best I could say. Best I could say, to be honest with you, chat. Already know. Breaking down the energies. Let me have a sip of this though real quick. At that turmeric chat. Oh, good temperature too. And the moon in Virgo, so that's perfect. You know what I'm saying? Stay on the health, stay on the routine. Right now is a good time. Moon in Virgo is always a good time to give the full moon. So fasting is always good to incorporate on the full moon if y'all ain't familiar with fasting and things like that. If you guys are looking for a quick health regimen to incorporate, man, fasting is critical. If you guys haven't done anything that's like over 2 hours, go for like an intermediate before you try like anything like 24-hour things like that. Of course, Christina, I appreciate you. Have a good rest of the night. Much appreciated. We're gonna be out of here soon. Make sure you tap in for our next one, likely this weekend. Subscribe to the YouTube channel for more MC333 everywhere. I appreciate y'all, chat. I'm not sure what person had a bad experience with the audio. Shit show. Let's see what phone pinging like. So chat, that's a lot of the Virgo energy. We have a bunch of planets conjunct Aquarius right now. So all those who have Aquarius in their chart, if y'all do have any Aquarius in your chart, it's all there right now. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Pluto, there's a lot of air energy. Oh, my vlog's done. Alright, get flagged my music though. Alright, cool. I finished editing, chat. How you guys doing though? Where you guys tuning in from? Let me know how y'all doing just this week, things like that. We're gonna be out of here soon. We didn't want to take too much time today. It's in the middle of a few things, but let me know how the week's been for you guys. A little bit of a moon in Virgo breakdown. Mutable earth. Adaptable and flexible in practical ways. Alright, so it's where do you need to be? Where do you need to adjust? Where do you need to maneuver? Where do you need to pivot in your forms of understanding? I feel you. We just finished a workout over here. Rejuvenated. We've been editing vlog and things like that. We're just breaking down some of the energies over the last little last 40 minutes and stuff like that. We go into a later stream on YouTube, which kind of and things like that a little bit later, depending how the night's looking. I know you finished a little bit later. How's the day for you? Alright, let me close this right here. Everyone who's coming through, appreciate y'all. Chat, we ain't gonna do shit. I should do a weekly check-in. I should end this real quick and then come back and do a weekly check-in. Collective reading chat. I might post some cards in a little bit. And I could pull up the YouTube stream too. Someone was saying my audio was cooked. I was like, bro, how's my audio cooked? Y'all have perfect audio. If y'all can't hear me, I don't know what they doing at this point. Like, I don't know what they doing. You're telling me my audio is fried and things like that. I'm like, bro, I need like 18. I got 18 mics and 3 phones. Let me grab this charger real quick. 18 mics in this bitty. I can try this. No, bro, I'm not gonna try that right now, bro. You know what? Let me try something, chat. What is that? Type C in this bitch. There it is. Oh, there it is. Holy chat. I don't know what the fuck. I'm like, to find an adapter. We'll do some reaction soon. We're gonna turn on the YouTube stream in a little bit. Moon and Virgo, make sure y'all focus up, get on your health, get a little workout in, things like that. Move the body. Mutable energy is all about adaptability. Internal SV. Appreciate you. Good morning. I forgot how that song was. That Kanye? Yeah. This is a banger. Hope you're doing well out there, brother. I'm looking for my charger adapter currently so I can plug in this device before it dies on me. Every time I come live, that's always when my devices are like on the verge of last. I'm looking through the camera bag like, yo, we're ain't in any of these fucking 18 zippers. Put it with it, bro. What happened? Put it here like just the other day. I'm telling you I'm cooked. Yeah, might be chat. Might be. What if I can do this? Quick. Yeah, okay. No, it's not even a fucking. Yeah, that makes sense, chat. That makes sense. Thought it was a Type C. It's a lightning connector the whole time. That's what happens when you have like thousands of adapters in a space. Moon and Virgo, get on your routine, chat. Pen to paper, notebooks, anything earth related, right? So it's mutable earth. So it's all about flexibility. Where do you need to be flexible in practical manners? Where do you need to make a shift, make a change in your organization, your routines, self-development, things like that. Now's the time. Moon and Virgo gonna represent all that. That's a crazy thing. Chat, y'all gotta focus on your routine, bro. No routine, fixated fire, you're gonna be cooked. Don't be forcefully stuck in your ways and things like that. You gotta learn how to adapt when you need to adapt. Adaptability is key. Yo, I'm not gonna lie. You know, this is my bad, Chad. Bear with me. I'm just making sure that this is the right right now, bro. It's a lightning connector, but like it's not plugging in how I'm liking it right now. I need to get a new one of these things. Pure bound. Okay, I'm gonna look in the chat real quick. Once I plug this in, get all caught up. Make sure my phone good to go. I'm gonna chill for a little bit. Right? You got some juice. You got power? Yeah, okay, power, chat. Hold on real quick. We got power, we got audio. Let me know if you have audio, chat. Let me know if y'all can hear me well. Audio check, 1 1 1. Some ones in the chat. Put a 1 hear me. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me real quick. Just doing a little test. Ones in the chat if you can hear me. Let me know. Should be. No, we should be fine. Look at your message, brother. All right, cool. I got you. Let me look at the dates real quick. Welcome in, Pure. I appreciate you tapping in, brother. Shout out to Brother Culture. You know what I'm saying? It's all the real ones, bro. Tapping with the real ones. That's all we see. So I'm gonna get you Scorpio gang. Dope. Here, I don't want to hear no more Scorpio talk. Bring your Scorpio homie in here, eh? W. See the dates so real quick. Pull up the calculator, chat. I'm gonna make sure y'all can hear me. Let me know. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do weekly check and maybe pull some cards for the week as well. Okay, cool. You hear me? Cool. I just put the new mic up, and then I'll put a YouTube stream. That way we can kick it and chop it up on the energies as well. So this Moon and Virgo segment, I'm just gonna post it, and then I'm right back. It's gonna be not even like 5 minutes. Y'all come back. Actually, I'm gonna screenshot Pierre's thing too before I end it, so I have it. So when I come back, it's gonna be in the calculator. Just literally keep an eye out. It won't be longer than 2 minutes. You my roommate time. Yeah, Scorpio man, sorry. Yo, he not even toxic, bro. It's all love. I'll be back though, chat. Real shit. Be back. 2 minutes. 2 to 5 minutes. I'm gonna go check on my I'm roasted chicken in the oven. I'm gonna go check on that, make sure it's good and the house not burning down. And then and then I'm gonna come back and then we can go stream and shit. We kick it. Baby trying to get down, said she fly, but I'm not that guy. And we ride to plane 6th dimension, that's why we caught another flight. We put all this sauce in the game, I know it's hard for them to not fight it. And I told baby you gotta feel it through in order to get through, don't fight it. If you was aware, would have found your purpose, let go in diamonds. Talking crazy around me, mad at me.